Kicks 105.5, a great day to you. I'm Sean Knight. Joining me at 7:50 on Wednesdays, it's Mike Barrett. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Whoa, hey, good morning to you.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I was ready.
Hakapaloogie.
Okay, we're good to go.
Nice.
That's more or less the same sound I make when I have to pay my insurance every month. So,
Hey, you and me both, pal. Just because I work in it doesn't
you
mean I
probably
love
get
to
an
pay it.
employee discount, though. That's,
Yeah.
well, maybe a little one. So I'm going to go to teens, okay? Because I have one, 16, and this has been sort of an ongoing issue with him driving and insurance. And I was told that years ago, a friend of mine would actually insure individual children or like a license or a car. Is there a breakdown there somewhere that I'm missing? I understood that if they lived in the household and they had a driver's license, you were billed for them being there. You had to tell your insurance company, of course, and then you would pay for people who were able to drive in your house. Even if I had like my mother living with me, would that count also?
Anybody who has regular access to your vehicles, who's a licensed operator, especially depending on the company. There are some companies, Progressive, a great example. Every household member who has a license needs to be disclosed on the policy and the application.
Okay.
And youthful operators need to be listed regardless.
Okay, so, but can I,
No matter what somebody told you from somebody else
there
to
is
somebody
no other,
else
like,
and one other
individually
person.
teen, and there's no individual license. There's no, I mean, it just sounds too, I don't know, good to be true, I guess, in some sense. Was this a thing back in the day that I'm like, you know, people are like, oh, yeah, you can take their license from them, but not have to pay insurance? Or I'm like, no, I don't think that's the case.
There's all kinds of stories. There's also one that I hear a lot, and this is my favorite one. People who are told that they don't need to list their youthful operators on their auto policy unless they have an accident. Wow.
Isn't that a little too late at that point?
So at that point, the reason why they're getting listed is because you can no longer hide the fact that they exist.
Okay.
Can I be honest with you there? And do you know that insurance companies, let's say it's a policy you've had for years and Johnny gets his license and you just never call it in, they could, in essence, and I've not seen it done, but they are within their rights as an insurance company to say, how long has Johnny been licensed? Oh, for 2 years now? So your insurance premium would have been this for 2 years? Well, that's not what we're not paying that part of your claim.
Really?
They can do that. I've heard that numerous times.
Interesting.
It's about disclosure. Now, if you go to a new company and fail to disclose, you could see the claim not get paid at all.
Right.
Because you failed to
I
properly.
don't know why you just renamed my son Tyler Johnny, but whatever.
I was trying to protect his identity.
Yeah, right. Like he's a superhero.
He doesn't want to be known as your... No, never mind.
No, boy, he doesn't. Let me tell you that. What's your dad do? He works at Walmart. What happens
He's
if
not here.
What happens if he moves out? If he has his own car and it's not something... See, currently we have two vehicles that we don't own outright, and that's why we have to have insurance on them.
No.
Well, okay.
That's why you have to carry physical damage, including comprehensive and collision, but you have to have liability regardless. I'm always here to correct you, sir.
Thanks.
I try.
He moves out, gets his own vehicle. Do I have to cover him until he's 18?
No. Once he's out of the house, he's out of the house.
He's out of the house.
Especially if he's even in the house, if he has his own vehicle, depending on the company.
Yeah, that's okay. Just keep talking.
I lost my track of my.
That's
Hi,
all right.
Chelsea. It's
Hi,
not
Chelsea.
like we're on the radio this morning.
We're on the radio, and you are you're interrupting. So, okay, she's probably talking and driving at the same time.
So there are some companies. Oh, thank you. For that. There are some companies who still will want Tyler to be listed, but you can then choose him to be insured elsewhere, as opposed to being under your policy. But
I
what are the
just want to
companies
cut him
looking
off,
for?
let him go.
If
he
he's
gets his own
out of the
car, moves out.
household, if he's out of the household with his own vehicle, take him off your policy. If he's in the household with his own vehicle, insured elsewhere, then most likely you can remove him from your policy or just list him as being insured elsewhere, and you're not going to get a premium-bearing impact on that, unless he has a horrible driving record. And boom, we're coming to the crux of why they want to know that.
Right.
If there's any probability of somebody with a horrible driving record driving your vehicle, Insurance
Well,
companies
that's what
kind
I'm
of want
saying.
to know.
So he moves out. He's not 18 yet. He moves out after he graduates high school.
Yeah.
And
I just can't wait to get that poor kid out of the house.
You have no idea. He wants to get out too. But there's some months in there. He comes home to do laundry one day, and hey, Mom, can I run down to Cumbies and grab a coffee?
Yes.
He grabs the car because he likes Mom's car better. It's faster, more awesome, not as much trash or whatever in it, and gets in an accident just going down the street.
Covered.
Okay.
Yeah. That same could be said for a long-distance student credit. So if you have a college student who
Notice
you've had
how he
listed,
tied that in. Nice job.
Thank you.
But-
If you have a college student who is now beyond groovy UV, we're talking over 100 miles away from home,
Yep.
you can then go to your auto policy and say, look, my child is attending this college and it's over 100 miles from here. We will apply that credit, which is fairly significant, and it stays on there. We don't remove it in the summertime when they come home. It stays there, meaning that if they do come home and occasionally drive the vehicle, c'est la vie. That's the case. That's what's going to happen. So other people can drive your vehicle. It's about properly knowing how to disclose drivers.
Everybody wants to call this morning.
Do you have separate ringtones for everybody?
Yes, I do. Honey, we're live on the air. Thanks for calling. I'll call you back. Okay, so
All right. Seriously. All these
do.
years in radio, you don't mute your phone.
no. Then so when the owner calls,
Why is Ed Sheeran your wife's ringtone?
when the owner calls, it goes dun 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 dun.
Well, you want to know what happens when people. So at our office, real quick, our phones are linked to our system. So if you call after hours and it's an emergency, my phone rings, and you want to know what plays?
What place? Hey, buddy, help!
So when that rings, I know it's an emergency from the office.
You know what's funny? When you call me, it goes, I can't drive 55.
No, you need to change it to money, money, money.
If you have questions and want to find out more about your car insurance, call Barrett Insurance at
748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube, all Barrett Insurance Agency.